Welcome back to the Farm Show here at the Prairie Livestock Expo, brought to you by NetSec Communications. And wow, there's a lot of activity going on here. I believe 140 exhibitors and producers that are coming by and looking at the various things. I don't think just looking. I don't think this is just tire kicking country. I think we can make some sales and deals. And right now we're visiting with David Stead Farm Supply, and he tells me, first of all, he tells me that you came to Canada back in the early 80s, right?
Yeah, we came in October of 83. I was a dairyman in Yorkshire, England, and couldn't buy more land over there. It was too expensive, so we came over here with my wife and my daughters and started milking cows, and milked cows till 1994, and then decided to do a little bit of a change and got into the retail side of things.
So did you buy a dairy when you came?
Yes, we did. We bought a dairy and the quota and everything, and lock, stock and barrel, and we came in October, and in December it was one of the coldest Decembers on record, and that's when I had to get my long johns. It was kind of colder than England for sure, but it was great. The neighbours made us welcome, and it's just been fantastic. They've been good neighbours, and it's a great country, and we're really thankful to be over here for sure.
So who runs that dairy today?
We sold the quarter. We still live on the farm, but we sold the quarter, and now we rent the land out. We have some grain land. We just rent it out because this is a full-time business now, so that's what we look after now. So.
You use the word retail, and I fully understand that. And so you come from milking cows and you go into retail. How come?
Well, the first winter after I quit milking, I was getting bored because I still get up in the morning. So I'd been selling some product we did custom baling, and I was selling some product there. And then these guys, International ISF, they make minerals. So I started going around farms selling minerals, and seemed to work okay. And I thought, guys like to go to town for a coffee and pick up the mail. Maybe I should find somewhere in town, and I came across a really good deal with the buildings we're in now. It was a machinery dealership that Mays has sold, and we had to rent part of the building out to start with. I farmed for 5 years just to keep the business ticking over. My oldest daughter came out of college, and she's managed it ever since, and it just grew and grew. And I said at the beginning, being a livestock farmer, I wouldn't sell anything to anybody. I wouldn't use myself, and I think that's worked. We've built a lot of trust up, and we've got a lot of customers, and we're really, really busy. It's good.
I didn't ask you right at the beginning, but where are you located?
We're in beautiful Boissevain, just 3/4 an hour south of Brandon, 12 miles off the border.
I know it well. I used to work with the radio station there.
Okay,
but at the same time, so what are you selling today? I mean, in order to make this, compare to the income you had as a dairy farmer and stuff, you've got to be selling some really good products.
Yeah, well, right now the busiest thing we're doing is molasses, because there's a shortage of hay, as you know, from last year. So we're treating bales with molasses. I have a guy out today delivering we've been going out every day with the truck, just supplementing the feed because there's a shortage of hay. And like here, I'm promoting Penergetic, which is a product for the pigs. It's an all-natural product. We've got one for the feed conversion, and we've got one for the feed in the slurry, and that's going good. We have a niche market. We're getting more and more into organics, and selling. We're still conventional, still our biggest income, but we do look after the organic guys. Like, we're one of the few people now that's selling kelp in Manitoba. I've shipped minerals up to the Yukon for a lady with horses. Cost her a fortune, but that's what she wanted. But and like organic salt, we had a Hutterite colony that had trouble with tail biting, and they cured it they bought about what would there be, about four lifts of organic salt, and they fed it to the pigs, and it seemed to cure the tail biting. So there's a need for that, and it'll also blend with conventional farming. So that's kind of what we do.
Getting back to the hay shortage, the quality hay shortage, how big a problem is it really?
Well, the biggest problem is it's not that there's no hay out there, it's just a problem they can't afford to buy it because it's a ridiculous price. So farmers are treating straw. If you put molasses, like if you feed cows straw and they eat it, they can compact and die. If you put molasses on it, it keeps it going in the rumen, and it also increases the protein. My son-in-law built me a machine to put it on from the truck. I have a truck on hydraulics, and I can drive from bale to bale without getting out of my cab and put 20 litres or whatever on that bale. And so the guys line it up, and then depending on how cold it is and how dense the bales are, at 15 minutes, half an hour, it starts to drip through. You tip it on its side and it stays in there. So that's what we've been busy with.
So you treat the entire bale?
Well, it soaks through. You put it on top and then it soaks in. And as I say, it'll start to drip through. The farmer flips it over and then treats the whole bale, yeah.
So when you start with a new product and you say you have a product here for pigs, obviously you've got to get people to use it, you got to get people to show that it works, and you got to get people to pay for it.
Well, yeah, and it's hard because there's so many things out there, and I'm not a high-pressure salesman, but there's a colony that were having problems with the pigs, and I sat down with the big guy, and I gave him a deal. I said, look, you've got to do a trial. It's got to be 90 days. You give him 140 grams per ton. I worked it out. It was going to cost him about $4 a ton. And he just phoned me the other day and he said, Dave, he said, I got to tell you, he said, we've just been slaughtering some of these pigs. The lungs just look like pure lungs. He said, the intestines, and he said, the death rate's down. He said, they just look so content. And that's what I'd like to know. And so now I can pass that on to people here. I can say, you give Saul a call. He'll explain how it's working. And it's same with the manure too. I mean, the slurry, when you treat it, it makes the phosphorus more available. And high phosphorus is a problem on land now. They're having to need more and more acres because of the high phosphorus. Well, this product will use the phosphorus up so they don't need as much land to spread the manure on.
So what's next for Stead Farm Supplies?
Well, my wife said it should be retirement. So I don't know. My daughter's still there. It's an exciting job and there's always something new. And I just love meeting people. That's the one thing I missed when I was milking cows in there. I like cows, but they don't talk back to you like people do. I don't know. Harry, it just seems to take over and take over. I'd like to slow down. I'm at an age where I'd like to slow down a bit, but I still love doing what I'm doing now. I've got a grandson that comes after school and works at the store, and so I'd like to keep it in the family and keep it going, but if that doesn't happen, then we'll just sell the business eventually, I guess.
So do you have a retail storefront in Boissevain?
Oh yes, it used to be Mazer's. Well, it was Atkinson Implements, and Mazer's bought Atkinson's out, and he didn't want somebody to buy that place and sell machinery, and I just have no interest in selling machinery. So he gave me a good deal on the building. So we have a building, just right on the highway, just north of Boissevain, yeah. And we've actually, mostly thanks to my wife, it's now a farm supply country store. We sell a lot of products, like a lot of natural products for people. We sell natural soaps. So we get all the people out of town in there, and we even sell fireworks now, would you believe? So it's just amazing what's out there you can sell, yeah.
Great, really nice, David. Anything you want to add?
Just a little story. I don't know if you knew Bill Turner used to be on the radio in Brandon.
Yep.
He came to a show we were doing in Boissevain, and we have a product that changes the water, and we got some little platelets. And I told Bill, because he makes wine, I said, take this, go home, I said, and put a glass of wine on there and one on there. I said, and see the difference. And on the Monday morning, he talked on the radio, and he said, David, I saw a difference. And I ended up doing 2 shows on his show about natural products from that, so that was kind of neat.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much. Visiting with David Stead of Boissevain, Manitoba, Stead Farm Supply, and you can obviously, driving down the highway, you can see the store, and as he said, his wife has been instrumental in making sure that they sell more than just what we've talked about, so I can even sell fireworks, and that's great. You know what? In the 47 years that I've been involved in farm journalism, these kinds of stories are the stories that I love to tell. And you know what? We're going to tell more right here from the Prairie Livestock Expo, brought to you by NetSec Communications, and we'll be back after these commercials.